You will never know how far you can go if you too scared to move forward. Be fearless, because apparently the alternative is a disaster. If you are not fearless, guess what? You would be then fearful. What would you think your life would be if you were fearful? You would play it safe, follow predictable path, stay in your comfort zone, settle for less, giving up when challenges arise, get a safe job versus pursuing your dreams, living a boring life versus an interesting life. I know it's not easy to be fearless, because it requires you to step into another level. It requires you to level up, to improve yourself, to expand your comfort zone. And it's not always easy. It's not always fun and enjoyable. Because you will always think that, why would I need to be more? Why would I need to improve myself? Why would I need to begin with all of this idea? Why would I need to put myself out there and expand myself and make myself uncomfortable? It's almost like you have 90% reasons to stay the same and only 10% reason to expand yourself. And it doesn't make any sense to expand yourself when you have an option to stay the same. Because that's what we are wired. We are wired to stay with the security versus looking for that freedom. Freedom may feel great in the moment, may feel exciting, but oftentimes we love staying in our comfort zone instead of expanding ourselves. Being fearless can experience intense discomfort in the moment. And that's why our bodies don't want us to be fearless, don't want us to step into the unknown, because that's why you will experience intense discomfort. But guess what? Discomfort in the moment will bring you joy in the future. Versus if you being fearful, it may feel okay now in the moment, but the feeling of what if will stay forever with you. Being fearless when you don't want to, when every fiber of your body wants you to stay the same. You will never know what you like if you only stay in one place. You can hear a lot of different opinions from other people, but until you experience it yourself, you will never know. Listen to other people's opinions, hear them out, but at the end of the day, decide that if you wanna go, then go. People often tell you their version of their stories, and look at their life. Do they live a fearless life? Do they live a life that you want to follow? If they don't, then you need to really seriously consider what they tell you. Because oftentimes, if they tell you that you can't, they tell you that they can't, not you. Because they live a fearful life. But you all, my friend, on this side, you live a fearless life. You will never know what type of woman you can date if you settle for the average woman. If you tell yourself that, hey, this is the best that I can get, you will never know how far you can go. And I understand it can be hard to rationalize in the moment, especially when you have been waiting for so long. When you have been waiting for years after years, and you haven't met a woman of your dreams yet, and you're about at the edge to give up. I understand that. When you look at the people around you, it seems like they get the type of woman so easily. And you have been tested for a long time. You start doubting yourself. That is life. It's waiting for a moment that you start doubting yourself, and that it put that seed of doubt in yourself. It just wait for that moment. But don't you dare give up. Don't you dare give in to that temptation to give up. Let me warn you in advance, when you follow a fearless life, life would test you so many times. You would be confused and even doubt yourself so many times. Make sure you don't get influenced by those seeds of doubt. Make sure you don't get persuaded by the people around you tell you to settle, tell you to be realistic. The fact that you listen to this podcast, it tells me that you want more than anything else. It tells me that there's something within you that hasn't fulfilled yet. There's a dream within you to go for greatness, to live a fearless life, to experience everything that life got to offer. But keep in mind that when you want more, when you want to live a great life, remember that life will always find a way to test you. When we live a fearless life, it can feel very scary because we worry that there's a chance we will end up worse than we were. Human beings, we are wired to avoid bad things way more than the desire to gain. And that's why most people would rather stay the same, settle, and not risk anything at all. You have to understand this concept so that you can change your old belief and move to a new belief. And the solution is very simple. It's to rewire your brain to focus on the potential gains instead of focusing on avoiding discomfort. Be okay with uncertainty. Be okay with not knowing what comes next. And in order to be okay with uncertainty, we have to develop unshakable faith and trust in ourselves, in the universe, and in God. When you decide to be fearless, life will always find a way to test you. This is a guarantee. Because it's want to make sure that you really want what you asked for. You will get disappointed and discouraged so many times. And there are so many moments that it would seem very unbearable. But don't lose hope. Don't give up. Because it will end. And you will see the light very soon. The dark will be gone. Failures will end. And victory will come to your life. You will become much stronger than you were before. But be ready for any challenges that life come at you. When challenges come at you, don't run. Stand firm on your ground. Be fearless. When challenges come at you, pay attention to how familiar a little voice inside tells you to run back to your comfort zone. You will experience so much temptation to run back to security and comfort. It's happened to me so many times. And I know it will happen to me again. Because that's what we are wired to do, to run back in our comfort zone. To run back to that safety, that familiar place. But that's a trap, my friend. We are not here to stay the same. We are not here to be average. And a question will always come to you is, why would you want more? Why would you want to be more? Why would you just not be happy with where you at? And the answer simply is, unless you want to be average and settle for what you can have, then you don't need to be more. You don't need to become more. You don't need to expand yourself. But if you want more, if you want to experience all that life got to offer, if you want to go for that greatness, then it requires you constantly put yourself out there, constantly improve yourself, constantly develop yourself. And I know it's not easy and it's not fun. It always has challenges come at you. And that's in life. Greatness is not really meant for everybody. Greatness only meant for certain people that willing to go through the discomfort to get what they want on the other side. But don't you worry. You have what it takes. You are equipped with everything you ever needed. Trust that you have everything you need. Trust that you have what it takes. You are capable of many great things. It's okay to doubt yourself here and there. But then reset your mind and tell you that you have what it takes. Understand that it's not easy, it's not enjoyable, and it's not fun. And it's not supposed to. Because think about it. If it's easy, if it's fun, everybody would do it. And if everybody would do it, greatness doesn't mean anything. It's like a diamond. If everybody has a diamond, diamond doesn't mean much. If everybody has a mansion house doesn't mean much. If everybody owns a Ferrari or Lamborghini, those cars doesn't mean anything much. I hope the point comes across loud and clear that valuable things require that you need to do the hard things, that you're willing to be fearless and take bold action. Remember that you are destined for greatness. You don't need many reasons to be fearless. Be fearless because that is who you are. That is your identity. A fearless man, a fearless warrior. Live a life that you are proud of. A fearless life. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode and got some value out of it. And as always, thank you for choosing my podcast. And until next time, be fearless. Thank you.